Let's begin with the latest updates on the investigations into the death of Mahant Narendra Giri. The Uttar Pradesh Police has now intensified their probe into the mysterious death of the Seer. After Mahant Giri named his disciple Anand Giri and two other Seers, Sandeep and Adya Tiwari, in an explosive suicide note, the UP Police has set up a special investigation team to probe the death. The UP Police interrogated Anand and two other accused overnight. They're likely to produce them in court today, seeking further custody. Besides this, an autopsy will be performed on the Mahant's body before cremation. In an explosive suicide note, Mahant Giri accused his disciple Anand of blackmailing him by allegedly circulating a picture of him with a woman on social media. The Seer claimed that he was taking this extreme step to escape humiliation. Narendra Giri, in his suicide note, named Balbir Giri as his successor to take over the Akhada. Now, as the Seer's death mystery gets deeper, a stunning blackmail angle has emerged. Investigation has revealed that Narendra Giri was allegedly being blackmailed over a video by an SP leader who enjoyed the status of a state minister in the Akhilesh government. Here's the information that we have at hand on this angle.
A city of seers, temples and the Sangam. Jolted by the mysterious death of the chief Mahant of the Akhara Parishad. 62-year-old Narendra Giri was found hanging from the fan with a nylon rope on Monday evening, just a day after he spoke to India Today. As police try to piece together the suspicious circumstances surrounding the Seer's death, a sensational new angle has emerged. CD. Blackmail. SP leader. Investigation in the Mahant's death has now revealed that Narendra Giri was allegedly being blackmailed. Police sources have told India Today that a CD was being used to blackmail the Akhara Parishad chief, and that an SP leader who enjoyed the status of a state minister is also under the scanner. This SP leader would also visit Narendra Giri at the Bagbadi Mutt regularly. Sources say that Anand Giri, Mahant Narendra Giri's disciple, who is also named in the suicide note, was also said to be close to this SP Neta. Police have recovered vital clues in the call record details.
Investigators are now looking for the CCTV footage to find out what exactly happened which led to the death of Seer, Mahant Narendra Giri. But revelations regarding a CD and the Seer being blackmailed has thrown a ball to another counter.
What video did the CD contain? Who recorded the video? What is in the statement recorded by Mahant Giri? Who is the SP leader under scanner? Police have also recovered a video along with the suicide note left behind by the Mahant Narendra Giri. The Seer had recorded a video statement with a mobile phone. It is this video that now holds the key.
महाराज जी ने अपने जाने से पहले लिखा तो है ही है, एक वीडियो भी बनाया है अपने फ़ोन में, और वो फ़ोन अभी प्रशासन के कब्जे में है। वो वीडियो जब आएगा सभी के बीच में तो सारी चीज़ें स्पष्ट होंगी।
As more twists and turns emerge, there is now a call for a CBI probe into the Seer's death.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी अपराधियों को संरक्षण देती है। ये ऐसी वॉशिंग मशीन है, इधर से हिलते हैं, उधर खट से एकदम क्लीन चिट होकर निकल जाते हैं। देखिए, अभी जांच का विषय है, सीबीआई जांच हो जाए, दूध का दूध पानी का पानी हो जाएगा।
ये मुझे नहीं लगता कि ऐसा हुआ है। इसके पीछे बहुत बड़ा षड्यंत्र है और इसकी विधिवत जांच होनी चाहिए।
Was Mahant Narendra Giri being blackmailed? What led to the death of one of the most prominent Hindu seers? For now, there are only questions, no clear answers. Bureau Report, India Today.
Quite far from what you'd really imagine a Seer's life to be like, Anand Giri, who is in custody, lived life king size. He drove luxury cars, travelling across the world. Pictures have emerged, bringing really his swanky lifestyle to the fore.
An austere life, a Spartan existence. That's the ways of a seer. Anand Giri was everything but that. His was a high-flying life, literally. This is him skydiving. Visibly enthralled, performing yoga mudra thousands of feet above the ground. But this is only one of the images of a life lived king size. From driving swanky cars to traveling across the globe.
पेरिस के आईफल टावर के ठीक नीचे.
You name it, and Anand Giri has done it. On his world tour, Anand Giri films himself, narration and all. In New Zealand's Auckland, he talks about the history of the country. Then he jets to neighbouring Australia, where he can be seen preaching about not forgetting one's roots.
जो अपनी पुरानी विरासत को लिए हुए हैं, हम इस नदी के पुल पे हैं, जो शहर को शहर से जोड़ती है.
In London, it's the Kohinoor diamond that catches his attention.
आइए अब हम दिखाते हैं लंदन की प्राचीन और भव्यता को. ये किला, ये जो ब्रिज है, ये इसकी प्राचीन वानगी को दर्शाता है कि कितना प्राचीन है.
And it goes on and on. In Germany, he even delves into global politics.
तो हम जर्मनी के कह सकते हैं कि लोकतांत्रिक मंदिर के सामने खड़े हैं. ये बहुत ही विशालकाय और भव्यता के रूप में बना हुआ ये पार्लियामेंट का हाउस.
Anand Giri is the antithesis of someone who's expected to lead a monastic life and stay away from the trappings of luxury. And surely he has made no bones about it. Bureau Report, India Today.
Other top story of the day, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to head to the United States today. He'll be taking off from Delhi at 10 this morning. The Prime Minister has a packed schedule in America. He is, in fact, going to be meeting with US President Joe Biden on September 24th. Will also be meeting with Vice President Kamala Harris a day before that, on September 23rd. It's his biggest foreign trip since the onset of the COVID pandemic.
The stage is set for Namaste America. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's 3-day visit to the United States is significant on many counts.
ये जो दृश्य है, ये अकल्पनीय है.
He will be attending the first in-person meeting of the Quad leaders.
Now, Prime Minister Modi, I'm kicking it over to you. And again, it's great to see you.
His biggest foreign trip since the COVID pandemic will also be his first to the US after President Joe Biden took charge. Prime Minister Modi has a packed itinerary in the US. He reaches Washington, D.C. late night on Wednesday. The next morning, he will meet Apple chief Tim Cook. But the highlight of the day would be his meeting with Vice President Kamala Harris.
I, Kamala Devi Harris, solemnly swear
that I will support. Remember, Prime Minister Modi had congratulated Harris on becoming the first woman US Vice President, calling her election a historic occasion.
Foreign and domestic. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Modi will be holding bilateral meets with its Australian and Japanese counterparts, Scott Morrison and Yoshihide Suga, and the trio will be hosted by Biden for a dinner. On Friday, Modi and Biden will hold a bilateral meet at the White House.
One of the highlights of the visit is the Prime Minister's meeting with the US President, President Joe Biden in the White House. You are undoubtedly aware that this would be the Prime Minister's first in-person meeting with President Biden.
Both the leaders have met thrice virtually. The Quad Summit in March, the Climate Change Summit in April, and the G7 Summit this year. Prime Minister Modi will then be attending the Quad Leaders Summit at the White House. The grouping of four, the United States, India, Australia and Japan, is designed as a counter to China in a bid to secure the Asia-Pacific region.
We'll do so with our allies and partners through cooperation at multilateral institutions like the United Nations to amplify our collective strength and speed our progress toward dealing with these global challenges.
After a series of hectic meetings, Prime Minister Modi will travel to New York to address the UN General Assembly on Saturday. The key focus will be the situation in Afghanistan and Pakistan's continuous patronage to terrorism. Prime Minister Modi has already spelt out India's stand on the new Taliban administration at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit last week.
अफगानिस्तान में सत्ता परिवर्तन इंक्लूसिव नहीं है और बिना नेगोशिएशन के हुआ है। इससे नई व्यवस्था की स्वीकार्यता पर सवाल उठते हैं।
The meetings on the highest global stage signal a new world order. US President Joe Biden has announced an end to relentless wars and a beginning of relentless diplomacy. Emerging from a COVID pandemic, the biggest humanitarian crisis in 100 years, the world has new challenges ahead. With Geeta Mohan, Bureau Report, India Today.
Of the most diverse and welcoming city in the United States.
What's back in focus this morning is the fresh infighting in the Mahavikas Aghadi after a Sena leader's controversial remark on Sharad Pawar. Former Union Minister Anand Giri stoked a controversy after calling NCP Chief Pawar a backstabber. During a rally in Raigad, Maharashtra, Giri said that Pawar cannot pay Shiv Sainik and that their leader will forever be Bala Saheb Thackeray. He also called Pawar a backstabber since Sharad Pawar had formed the NCP after backstabbing the Congress party. Giri also termed the Aghadi alliance merely an adjustment. Shiv Sena MP Sanjay Raut played down Gite's comments, saying it was his personal opinion and not the party stand. Raut went on to defend Pawar, calling him a big leader and saying that he was the pillar of the Aghadi government in Maharashtra.
दुसरा कुठलाही नेता त्याला जगाने किती उपाध्या देवत त्याला कुणी जाणता राजा म्हणो कुणी आणखीन काय म्हणो पण आमचा गुरु तो होऊ शकत नाही आमचे गुरु फक्त बाळासाहेब ठाकरे फक्त बाळासाहेब ठाकरे आमचे गुरु ते होऊ शकत नाही होऊ शकतात तर
आनंद गिरी जी ने क्या बात की है मुझे पता नहीं। मैं इतना ही कहूँगा कि शरद पवार बड़े नेता है। शरद पवार हमारे जो सरकार चल रही है महाराष्ट्र में महाविकास आघाड़ी की उनके प्रमुख स्तंभ है। अगर पवार साहब नहीं होते तो सरकार नहीं बनती और शिवसेना का मुख्यमंत्री भी नहीं बनता। अब कोई क्या कहता है तो उसके बारे में मैं क्या कहूँ, किसी का व्यक्तिगत मत हो सकता है लेकिन ये पार्टी की ऑफिशियल लाइन नहीं है।
The story that made headlines yesterday, a whopping 21,000 crore drug haul that was busted in Gujarat. Nearly 3 tons of high-grade heroin was seized in a massive operation. These drugs were reportedly coming in from Afghanistan. So how exactly did officials crack one of the biggest drug hauls yet? We get you those details in our next report.
Massive drug haul in India. Nearly 3,000 kilograms of high-grade heroin recovered. Heroin hidden in consignment of talc stones. Consignment from Afghanistan came via Iran. Haul worth approximately 21,000 crore rupees. Was Taliban smuggling drugs worth $3 billion? Was Pakistan's ISI sending drugs to fund terror in India? Based on specific intelligence inputs, Directorate of Revenue Intelligence ordered 2 containers from Bandar Abbas port in Iran marked for Vijayawada in Andhra Pradesh to be opened at the Mundra port in Gujarat. The documents were for semi-processed talc stones from Hassan Hussain Company in Afghanistan for Ashi Trading Company in Vijayawada. But when the sacks were opened, intelligence and custom officials were shocked to see neatly packed high-grade heroin packets worth 7 crore rupees per kg in the international market.
72 घंटे से ज़्यादा चला ऑपरेशन, जिसमें 30 किलो से ज़्यादा हेरोइन जब्त किया गया है, जिसमें 7 ईरानियन को ATS द्वारा अरेस्ट किया गया है।
An order was issued to open every sack, and each sack contained stones on top, talc in the middle, and heroin in the bottom of the sack. In 2 containers, 2,000 kilograms of heroin in the first and 989 kilograms in the second container have been recovered. A team from the Forensic Sciences Laboratory at Gandhinagar was called in. Once it was confirmed the powder was high-grade heroin, raids were ordered across multiple cities in the country.
जब फिजिकल वेरिफिकेशन के बाद पता चला कि वो दोनों कंसाइनमेंट के अंदर 20 किलो की जो एक बड़ी बैग रहती है, बड़ी बैग के अंदर 3 लेयर में ये ड्रग्स भेजा गया था, जो कि हेरोइन था। फर्स्ट लेयर के उसके स्टोन थे, सेमी स्टोन, उसके नीचे थोड़ा पाउडर, फिर लास्ट लेयर के अंदर ये ड्रग्स को छिपा करके रखा था।
Police have so far arrested Sudhakar and Vaishali, a Vijayawada-based couple from Chennai, in connection with the case. 2 Afghan nationals and a resident of Delhi have also been taken into custody for questioning.
एक इंफॉर्मेशन ऐसी मिली थी, ईरान और पाकिस्तान के ड्रग माफिया एक जुम्बा नाम की बोट में ड्रग्स लेके श्रीलंका की ओर जा रहे हैं। आधार पे कोस्ट गार्ड के साथ मिलकर गुजरात ATS ने एक ऑपरेशन हाथ धरा और 185 नॉटिकल माइल्स पे ये 30 किलो हेरोइन मिला हुआ।
Officials say a similar consignment may have slipped past customs and drugs could be used to fuel terror and unrest in India. With Gopi Maniyar in Ahmedabad and Ashish in Hyderabad, Bureau Report, India Today.
A humdinger of a game. Punjab were cruising towards victory in the final overs. They needed just 4 of the final over, but Kartik Tyagi produced an exceptional bowling performance right at the very end to see his side home. Here's how Rajasthan snatched victory from the jaws of defeat.
Punjab Kings were put under the pump right at the start.
Smashed straight back over his head.
It was the West Indian Evan Lewis who got the Rajasthan Royals off to a flying start.
Slower one, and that's been crunched through covers.
Arshdeep Singh brought relief for the Kings with Lewis's wicket, and with Sanju Samson also departing early, Punjab got themselves back in the game.
Throw the right hand up, and Ishan Parel gets a wicket.
However, both Yashasvi Jaiswal and Liam Livingstone didn't let the scoring rate dip, with the Royals motoring along at almost 10 runs an over.
Not only is there power.
While Livingstone got out trying to force the proceedings, Jaiswal perished only a run short of a deserving 50.
Agonizingly short of that half century. 49, and he can't believe it.
Mahipal Lomror though came out all guns blazing. He smashed his way to a 17-ball 43, a knock that included 4 sixes and 2 fours.
Go straight, Mahipal Lomror.
The Royals were on course for a 200-plus total when Lomror was at the crease, but it all soon fell apart.
Markram has gone from long on to long on, and he's picked up another.
In the last 4 overs, Rajasthan lost wickets one after the other as Punjab bowlers tightened the screws.
Comfortable catch, Aiden Markram, the big man at long on.
Arshdeep Singh and Mohammad Shami ripped through the Royals' lower order batting, with the former picking up a sensational 5-wicket haul with the last delivery of the innings that saw Rajasthan folding up for 185.
It's Morris that has to go.
In reply, Punjab got off to a perfect start thanks to their openers and long-time friends Mayank Agarwal and KL Rahul. Like so many times in the past, they put on a show right from the word go.
Simply glorious.
The Royals didn't help their cause with some ordinary fielding effort where they dropped quite a few chances.
No, again.
While Mayank Agarwal cruised to a fantastic 50, KL Rahul narrowly missed out on his half-century.
Oh, gone this time. Luck not with KL Rahul, finding the fielder.
Both of them got out in quick succession, but their 120-run opening partnership had given Punjab the control of the match.
Coming in from that cover point boundary, and both set batsmen now gone.
With both Makram and Pooran going well, it felt like a Punjab victory was certain. But cricket is a funny game.
4 ducks in 6 games.
Punjab needed 10 of 15, 8 of 12 and finally just 4 of the last over. And yet they ended up on the losing side.
3 from 4.
Some exceptional final overs bowling from Mustafizur and especially Kartik Tyagi, who only gave away a single run of the final 6 deliveries as Rajasthan snatched victory from the jaws of defeat.
What a change!
While Punjab couldn't believe what had happened, the Royals were ecstatic. Sports Bureau, India Today.
In this last over, not a super over, but super bowling.